Okay. I saw where this one guy got like 11 million views by telling this joke that I heard a million times. So I figured I would try to tell a joke. I don't know if I'm going to do anything with it, but I'm going to try to see how it looks on video. So basically, this businessman had walked in. Now, if I could do this, I'd like to, if I had the time and the stuff, I would dress up like the businessman as I came in here, and I'd tell that portion of the joke. And as I went on, I would like to, to be all the characters in there, but unfortunately, I can't do that for you because I don't have the technology. But anyway, this guy, he's a business guy, and he's in town. Actually, I should say he's out of town. So his business trip's just about over, and he's got to catch a flight. But he's got quite a few hours before the flight takes off, so he's got time to kill, and he goes into this local bar, and he doesn't have a lot of money on him. I think he's got like $10. Hold on a second. He's got like $10, and he happens to walk in there. It's happy hour, and drinks are $2 for domestic beer. So he says, "Well, I guess I can, have about 4 beers, and then I'll try to make that last and catch my plane." So anyway, so he goes in there and he sits down, and the bartender comes over and he goes, "Well, I'll have a Labatt's." So she brings him over the Labatt's, and it's $2, and he gives her 50 cents. So now he's got $7.50, enough for 3 more beers. Well, he starts drinking the beer, and then he realizes, man, that beer went kind of quick. I guess I better get another one, but I got to take my time on this one. So he slides another $2.50 over there, and he calls her over, and he happens to look behind the bar, and he sees that there's a big tip jar there. Well, he thinks it's a tip jar. It's a big vat. It's clear, full of 5s and 10s and all kinds of money in there. So he says, "Wow," he goes, "Are those your tips?" He goes, "You really make that kind of money doing this job?" And she was like, "Oh, no, that's part of a contest we're having." And he's like, "A contest? Well, you mean I could win all that money?" And she said, "Well, yeah, you could, but it's a pretty tough contest." He's like, well, tell me a little bit about it. So she says, "Well, first of all, you see that guy down there at the end of the bar?" And this is where I would dress up like the big guy sitting at the end of the bar. And she says, "Well, first thing you got to do is you got to go down there and you got to punch him in the jaw and knock him off his stool." He's like, "All right, never mind. I don't need to know anymore." She goes, "Well, there's 2 more parts." He's like, "I don't need to know anymore." So he orders a drink, and she comes back, and he starts drinking it. That one goes down just as fast, and by this time, tons of beautiful women are coming into the bar, and he's like, "Oh my God, I still have all this time to kill, and I'm running out of money." So when she comes back over, he says to her, "All right." He goes, "Well, tell me more about this contest." And she says, "Well, part 2, there's a Rottweiler in the back room with a sore tooth, and you got to go pull his tooth with a pair of pliers." And he's like, "Wait a second." He goes, "You want me to go in that back room and pull a Rottweiler's tooth with a pair of pliers? Never mind. Just get me another drink." She goes, "Well, it's only $1. It's only $1 to get in." All right, just give me the other drink." So that comes over. By this time, he's drinking that drink, and he's only got 1 drink left, and people are going in, they're laughing, they're having a great time. So he says to her, "All right, give me, let me finish this drink. Here's $1. Wait a minute, what's part 3? She says, "Well, I'll tell you what." She goes, "Part 3, there's a convent across the street, and there's a nun over there, and you got to go over and you got to have sex with a nun." And he says, I don't think I can. Here you go, take the money." So he goes down and he goes into the bar. Boom, smack, he knocks the guy right off the bar stool. Then he says, "All right, where's the Rottweiler?" So he goes in there, runs into the back room, and he comes flying out the door, and he says, "All right, where's that nun with the sore tooth?" Drink to me, old lady.